Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Blast from the Past comic books that I own with your host, Marvel. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you guys of the Bakersfield Collector Con, Saturday, June 6th. Visit there, and likewise, Bakersfield Comic Con, November 22nd, 2015. If you love comics and action figures and collecting them both, go. Makes it fun and better and bigger next time. Uh, let's go to our comic that I picked for today. It's Avengers month. Avengers Age of Ultron is going to come out May 1st. I picked my favorite Avengers comic. And my favorite Avengers comic is the Avengers issue number 174. Captured by the Collector. Love the art of it. This is part of the Korvac Saga. And Hawkeye's amazing in this comics. And when we take out the comics, you guys know, take it out carefully. It's kind of classic. It's a 1978 issue. And, yeah. Without further ado, let's get started in this book. Alright, you guys ready? Ready? Alright, let's go.
We see here on the splash page that many Avengers were collected by the Collector. The four remaining Avengers, Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye, and the Wasp, came to confront the Collector. And instead of being afraid, he's glad to see that the four remaining Avengers are here. That completes his collection now. The four remaining Avengers assembled and charged at the Collector, but the Collector was prepared as he takes out his power wand and shoots it straight at Thor, but Iron Man takes the hit, saving Thor. Thor, feeling that he can't let his friends down, he ragely flies towards the Collector, only to be halted by Collector's energy creatures. Thor fearlessly strikes at the creature with his Uru mallet. But, unknown to Thor, Thor was deceived by the Collector, and his hammer was stuck in another dimension, so says Collector. The Collector tells Thor that if he does succeed pulling it free, his hammer, the resulting upheaval would destroy billions of innocents inhabiting that other dimension. And then Iron Man, tired of being toyed with the Collector, flies towards him at full speed, but is also fooled as he flies through a biogram image and crashed into a machine. Wasp checks if he's okay. Iron Man tells her this armor can withstand damage and tells Hawkeye to help Thor get free. Iron Man and Wasp take on the Collector head-on, while Hawkeye and Thor are trying to set free Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. But Thor can't take his chances in freeing his hammer, for he may destroy lives whether he believes the Collector or not. Then we see the Collector shoot mini missiles at Iron Man and Wasp, and Iron Man tells Wasp to cover, that he'll handle these missiles. Turns out they weren't missiles. They were projectiles to stick on Iron Man and freeze his armor's metal joints, rendering Tony Stark a prisoner in his own armor. Realizing that Iron Man is totally out of the fight, Wasp tries to give Hawkeye and Thor time by distracting Collector. Collector once again talks about collecting Earth's mightiest heroes that he will use for a time soon to come. Thor and Hawkeye get knocked down by Collector's cannon. Hawkeye gets up and realizes that Thor was knocked out cold, for his hammer absorbed too much negative energy. At a sudden jolt of positive energy stunned the Thunder God. Wasp, enraged and flying fast towards the Collector, lets him know that he is fighting the Avengers. Hawkeye looks at an enraged Wasp flying by and tries to caution her. The Wasp strikes at the Collector and demands him to release her husband, Hank Pym. Yet the Collector refuses and tells her she can join him as he is activating his specimen tube. She flies from it but is caught, while Hawkeye was distracted by waking up Thor. Caught in the specimen tube, she rips apart the net with her full-grown strength, triggering an electric shock that knocked her out cold. Hawkeye sees the Wasp on the floor, realizing that the trap was rigged for the Wasp. Then Collector tells Hawkeye that he's the last Avenger and the least. Hawkeye responds that he doesn't need raw power to beat him, like Thor or Iron Man, but skill, as he shoots an arrow knocking a gun from the grasp of the Collector. Then the Collector runs to unleash a pterodactyl, which caught Hawkeye by surprise as he dodges the claws of this beast. Then he shoots a bola arrow, pinning the monster's wings by the cable line of the bola arrow. Collector begins to realize that Hawkeye is better than he thought and is worth collecting, not only for his membership in the Avengers. The Collector runs as Hawkeye is chasing him. Angered at this, he warns Hawkeye to back off as he throws capsules at Hawkeye's feet that exploded into flames. Quickly, Hawkeye shoots a rope arrow in order to escape the flames. Swinging like a modern-day Robin Hood, Hawkeye escapes the flames and sees the Collector still running, so he cuts a wire with one of his arrows to swing across and stop in front of him to confront him. Admiring Hawkeye's resiliency, Collector tells Hawkeye to surrender, or he would hate to damage Hawkeye beyond repair. Realizing that the Collector ran out of things to throw at him, Hawkeye tells Collector, "You got no more tricks up your sleeve." Then Collector starts conjuring up his power cosmic, something Hawkeye didn't count on, as the Collector was caging up Hawkeye with metal walls. Hawkeye, realizing that he only has one shot to shoot before he gets sealed in, so he shoots an arrow on point at Collector, stunning him. The arrow staggers the Collector as he collapses. It's over. Hawkeye wins. Collector, upset that he couldn't seal Hawkeye quickly enough, Hawkeye tells him to sit there as he frees the Avengers. Then Thor is awakened as Hawkeye throws a bucket of water on his face, as everyone was up and waiting for the Collector's explanation. He tells them he's one of the elders, which are few in this universe. He wanted peace and to study creatures with his family alone, while his brother, the Grandmaster, sought sport and searched games to play. Peace was denied to him because of a curse of a prophecy where he foresaw the rise of a power rivaling their own, an evil power bent on universal death, Thanos. He dared not to challenge Thanos, but worried for the creatures that fascinated him, as though he acquired a sampling of them to preserve them, and by the time Thanos was born, he spent eons collecting living things. Thanos did so too, but somehow was destroyed. Collector would have stopped collecting, but he felt the coming of another, more powerful and dangerous foe rivaling his own power. And this time he chose to act. As he ends his story, we see another house in Forest Hills Gardens. We see two beings, Karina, daughter of Collector, and that other more powerful, Michael Korvac. He sensed that she was going to betray him, yet she couldn't, for she loves him. She tells him the truth, and she tells him it was his father who sent her. Realizing that the Collector knows about his power and his universal reshaping plan, he sends a cosmic bolt at his location. As that happens, we go back to the Avengers and the Collector. He tells the Avengers this foe will start a war that can obliterate all reality. Collector also tells them that he sent his daughter to Korvac to get intel on him. Vision asks, "Who's this being?" But before he can say anything else, he is obliterated by the cosmic bolt that Korvac sent straight to him. Every Avenger is stunned at what they just witnessed. The Collector was obliterated right in front of their eyes. Iron Man realizes and says that they are fleas compared to a being that can kill a god. And we end with Korvac telling Karina she's an orphan now, while he's looking at his hand and Karina left crying in tears. Well, you guys, we reached the mailbag section of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me some feedback, comment, like, subscribe, and hopefully you guys watched the Avengers Age of Ultron movie too, and give me some feedback. I'll watch it too, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments. Alright, till next time, my fellow true believers. Stay tuned for another video. Alright, thank you.